Hi YouTube and family and friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a week since I uploaded, but I'm back to uploading again. And today I wanted to talk about controlling your attitude. Controlling your attitude and what it means to control your attitude towards other people. We're going to be talking about 5 easy ways to take control of your attitude, because ultimately sometimes people don't know what their ultimate goal is when talking about your attitude and how it affects other people. So we're going to be talking about 5 easy ways to take control of your attitude, how to stop a bad attitude, how can I improve on my attitude and personality. Are we ready? Let's dive on in. Okay, so easy ways to take control of your attitude. Let's start with number 1 is avoid negative news. Avoiding negative news, negative energy, negative people is a plus when you're trying to take control of your attitude, especially if you have a bad temper and you just naturally go off on people for no entire reason. So you have to take that in consideration, the negative affects around you, okay? Let's see. Avoiding negative news. This doesn't mean avoiding the mass media, although too much bad news is bad for all of us and the time spent reading sad stories should be limited. Yeah, seeing bad news on the news, the news especially, they can come up and be bad news, bad recommendations, whatever, not have you, and it could just be bad. It could necessarily be bad for you and bad for other people. So you want to kind of take sure that looking at bad news is crazy. It's sad. It's not recommended that you do that, okay? So you want to make sure that you take an opportunity to do what you can to not take a hold of that bad news, because sometimes that bad news can just mess your whole mood up. Number 2, realize that your attitude is entirely up to you. It is entirely up to you. You have to make the choice to want to change your attitude. Nobody can change your attitude for you. So in order for you to change that necessary attitude adjustment, it needs to be done by you and to be done quickly. Number 3, guys. This is number 3. Number 3, okay? Realize that your attitude is entirely up to you. No, I just said that one. Dang it. I just said that one. Number 3, I'm sorry. Number 3, for real this time. Be grateful for everything good in your life. Be grateful for everything that you have in your life. Be grateful for everything that you have. Don't never take for granted the small things in your life, because you will never be able to gain anything bigger by taking for granted of people, things, maturity, financial, whatever it is, your spirituality. Never take for granted the things that you have, because the things that you have, you ultimately worked hard for them, and God will reward you with more, okay? You'll always have more. Number 4, learn to love yourself. And I talked about this in my last YouTube video. If you didn't watch my last YouTube video, please go to the video title, my last video that I did about loving yourself. Loving yourself for you and not others. Loving yourself is important, because loving yourself ultimately shapes who you are as a person, and also your characteristics of how you view you. So your personality plays into part of that. Keep the big picture in mind. Number 5, keep the big picture in mind. Number 5, keep the big picture in mind. We have to set the goal of the big picture. You have to look at the whole outscope of the picture, the bigger picture. You have to look at it from a bigger lens, okay? When you are trying to curve your attitude adjust that attitude, people need to take heed, especially friends and family that you're close to or you have around you. They can influence you the most, so you kind of want to let them know, like, hey, look, I'm doing this thing. You can let them know, or they can obviously see it as time moves on, that you're actually changing and adjusting to that necessary change that you want to happen in your attitudes. So attitudes are good. Attitudes vary from person to person because not everybody's different. Nobody's the same. Everybody's different. So you want to have a bigger picture in mind and keep making sure that your attitude is adjusted for you and only for you, because ultimately you're the person that has the attitude. Okay? How to stop a bad attitude. Below are 7 ways to fix a bad attitude, because the way a situation comes out is completely in your control. That is so true. Oh my gosh, I'm going to say that again. Because the way a situation comes out is completely in you're controlling the situation. So you have to be mindful. There are 7 ways, but I'm going to just give you 5 of those 7 ways to fix a bad attitude. Number 1, figure out what exactly needs to be changed. Figure it out. You got to sit down, figure it out, look at it from all different angles and sides of what it is that you need to adjust. What is it that you need to be changed? Something has to be changed because you're having a problem with it and you don't want to admit that you have an attitude problem. So you have to go look at it from a different angle. Find role models. Role models will help you. Finding those role models, teaching other people, leading you to that change can also help. Number 3, change the way you look at the situation. Bada bing, bada boom. Change how you look at the situation. You may be looking at it differently. You may have not have actually sat and thought about it, be like, hey, look, listen, I gotta change my perspective on this situation because I don't believe I do this. Well, you have to go back and look and see some of the strategies that you did the things that you did to get to that point. So you got to look at it a different way. Number 4, think of how your life will change if your attitude changes. That's a big, big improvement right there. If your attitude changes, your life is ultimately going to change. It's going to ultimately change by the people you're around, your family, your finances, your friends, your job, your characteristics, your personality, your mind, your emotions. All of that ties into predominantly when you change that attitude and when you make that adjustment in your life and you stick to that adjustment, ultimately good things will come out of that when you do that. Okay. Number 5, the last one, it says take stock of what's amazing in your life. Take stock of it. Take heed, take a hold of the things that you love in your life to help you get through that desperate moment of changing that attitude adjustment. Take hold of the good things in your life. It may be your children. It may be your job. It may be your finances. It may be your extracurricular activities that you do outside of what you do on a regular day-to-day basis. So you want to be able to take stock of the amazing things that have happened in your life in order to change what happened that made you want to have this attitude. Something had to happen. Something had to snap in the middle of that moment that you decided to have this attitude that you just can't get rid of. So you want to be mindful of that and have an amazing life. Okay? All right. So the next question was, how can I improve my attitude and personality? 8 ways to improve your attitude. Number 1, always act with a purpose. Your purpose, and I already talked about this in my past YouTube videos. If you did not look at the past few videos, the last 3 videos that I did, I was talking about living for your purpose and walking out your positive people in your life. Always act with a purpose. Number 2, stretch yourself past your limits every day. Go surpass that feeling that you have to live in your past. You don't have to live in your past. Just because people say that your past hurt you, you don't always have to live there. So you want to go past your limits every day. Take action without expecting results. Use setbacks to improve your skills. Seek out those who share your positive attitude. Don't take yourself so seriously. Forgive the limitations of others. And number 8, say thank you more frequently. Do you not know that helps? When you say thank you more frequently, people begin to see the positive change and reaction to what you're thanking them for. That also plays a big part. That also plays a big part in our emotions and in our mind and in our hearts. We have to make that attitude adjustment bigger and better for us. And as a community, once you get yourself together, like let's say if you were a manager at McDonald's and you had an attitude adjustment, everybody on your team, everybody that you manage in that building is going to feel a certain way because they'd be like, oh, he has an attitude. I don't want to work for him. And then you wonder why everybody's leaving because they can see your attitude. If you progress that attitude and show it and show that emotion, attitude is an emotion. It is a feeling. So when you show that around other people, they're not going to have positive intentions and positive things to say about you. So you have to change that. You have to change that. No matter how hard and difficult it is, you have to change your attitude. Your attitude can sometimes get you in trouble because, listen, it's a big process and a big step, but you ultimately have to make the choice and you have to want to have a better attitude. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe today and I will forever be indebted to you. Thank you for my YouTube watchers and my subscribers today. Thank you for some of the comments that I've seen already in some of my videos and keeping this content going because a lot of people need this. A lot of people need this kind of content. So if you guys have any suggestions on what I should talk about next, comment in the comment section. If you decide to watch this video, like and share this video. I want to bring more topics for me to discuss with my YouTube viewers and watchers out there. So if you have any ideas, comment in that comment section and I will be able to get back with you today or sometime this weekend. Thank you for watching and good luck and God bless. Bye guys.